Okay. When you log into Fluidpay, this is your dashboard. This is your splash page. I'm going to be working off a live account. What I do is actually a live transaction. So the first thing that you see you can go to your virtual terminal. You can click here or here, and I am set up for cash discount. So there's the fee over there to the right. So if I put in $1, it comes up $1.04. So we're going to run a transaction, but we're only going to run it for 10 cents. No, we'll do it for 15 cents. So it'll pick up a penny fee. My card's already on here. So I can just, mm, hold on a second, Ron. We are not recording that. I just realized it didn't mask it. All right. We're going to start over. All right. So when you log on to FluidPay, this is the dashboard that you see. So your first thing that you can use is a virtual terminal, and you can click on it here. You can click on it here. So we'll go here. I'm set up for the cash discount. If you notice, when I put $1 in, it adds the 4 cents. I put $10, and so on as I keep adding zeros. Um, all you have to do at this point is put in the card number and put the expiration date in, the CVV code, and make sure allow partial payment is off. Now, after you put this on, you can either vault the record and email the receipt if you want. If you turn it on, you just have to have an email that's a valid email address in there. And that's simply how you run just a very simple transaction, straightforward. Um, and then after you have all the information in, you hit submit, and it'll run the card. And I'll show you that in just a second. Let's go to invoices. We're going to create an invoice. My information is already pre-populated over here. So all I need is the person I'm going to. That is correct, right? Radiant Pay. All right. So, Ron, what is your email? RadiantPayUSA.com. And we're going to put your phone number in, which is okay. Now, so we have who it's going to be billed to. We don't have to put the address line in or anything. I can require you to put that information in when you pay it. Okay. Now we have to line item what we're doing. So this is a test. This is test. Um, I'm going to caution you here when you go to quantity, make sure it's a one because this will do fractional quantities. So make sure you're at a one, a two, that you're not in a fraction. And we're just going to put $1 in, and that's all you need to do. Unless you have another item to add, you click the add item button and we can add another item. But if you do that, but you don't put anything in, it will not let you go any further. You got to click the red X. The other thing that we can do is you can build out a product list, and when you do, you can add an existing product. I've got a couple of test things in here, but we're not going to add those. All right. So after this, we do not create the invoice just yet. We have to click additional items. I've got my company name already put in here. We're just calling it an invoice. The processor is already set to default. Partial payment. You want to set that to none. If you set it to line item, if you have like 4 or 5 items in there, they can say, I'm not paying for that item. If you put it as an amount, if your bill is $1,000, but they only want to pay 600, they can only pay 600. So I always say set it to none. So either they pay the bill or they don't. So here's the next thing: send invoice via. You can email it, you can text it, or you can email and text. I am going to send this to you via email and text, and I'm going to put, please pay your bill. Boom, 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 boom. And now I'm going to create the invoice, as long as I didn't make any mistakes. Invoice is created. You can see it sitting right here, pending, Radiant Pay. And you should have gotten an email and a text. Okay. If you click on that link, it will open up. And as I said before, we were set up for cash discount. But if you notice while I was doing all that, it only said my total was $1. When you open the invoice or when the customer opens the invoice on their end, if you're doing cash discount, they will see the fee on their end. And when they pay it, you can refresh the screen and it'll say paid, just like this one does. Now, if they send you a check instead of paying through Fluidpay with their credit card, as soon as they, uh, as soon as you get the check and you cash it, you can go in and edit the invoice and mark it as paid. But if they pay it through the link, it will automatically mark itself as paid. All right. So that's creating an invoice. All right. I talked about vaulting a customer earlier. So we'll look at this one. I can view the invoice from here. This is someone who well, no, I don't need to do that from there. Let's go to transactions. Reporting transactions. Let's set our date range. Let's see, 90 days. Search. So I've got this guy right here, and I can view the transaction. And once someone has a transaction in the system, you can go over here and click Vault. So what does Vault mean? Well, if we go to the customer vault, once someone is vaulted, they are sitting here ready to be billed again. So if I go here I can click the three bars or three dots. I can edit the customer. I can charge the customer, or I can invoice the customer. So if I hit charge the customer, we're back in our virtual terminal that I showed you at the beginning. I can put the amount in. His customer ID is right here. His card is right here, and it's masked. The billing address is already here, and all I have to do is hit submit. Oh, account number. Where's the account number at? Oh, there it is. We can make these fields here, custom field group and account number group. We can make them required or not required. So on this one, the account number is required, and I hit submit, and there is the receipt. It went through. Um, Also, from the customer vault, I can search. I can click on my three dots. I can click invoice customer, and it brings me to my customer that is already in there. And I can start building the invoice and create the invoice, and then they can pay it on whatever terms that you set. Here at the top, you can hit do now, 7 days, 15 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or you can create your own custom period. Uh, that's not recurring. That is invoicing. Recurring billing, to do recurring billing, you have to click on recurring. You have to go down to subscriptions, create a subscription, which I have one set right here. Of course, it's got an expiration date, so we can create new subscriptions if we wanted. We can create discounts right here. We can create add-ons, and we can create plans. And I have two plans. I have a test 2 and a test GPS. So to do reoccurring billing, I've got a plan. So what I'm going to do is I will go to my customer vault. I will search. I will find the guy that I want. I'll edit the customer. I will go to subscriptions, and I will create a new subscription. I will select the plan, test 2, and it says the first bill date, and I can set what day of the month I want it. I can set it to a monthly, daily, twice monthly, bi-weekly, annual. And we'll set it for monthly. I can set it that it's going to end after 3 times of being charged. I'll save the subscription, and right here it is, and it's active. And I can always go back in and edit the subscription or delete the subscription. And that's how you do reoccurring. You build your plans, you add them to your customer, and then you can manipulate them. Do you want it to be billed monthly, weekly, or bi-weekly, daily, or annually? Um, and this will, so the next time I'm going to get billed is today, and it will do it 3 more times, and it will expire in June. If you go to manage, you can go to your users. I can edit my users. Here are all the permissions. I can change the permissions on each one of them. I can get notifications on transactions or on settlements. You can create triggered rules. I can get a notification if an invoice was created. I can get a notification if a transaction is voided. Um, Let's see. You can create custom fields uh, so that you can add these to your reports. You can also go to your settings. Settings are where we set required or hidden or optional. So allow partial payment. I can actually hide that so that no one can actually let someone make a partial payment. Billing address, I can make that required. Create vault record, that's optional. Uh, we can request driver's license state. We These are all the things that can be used as required, optional, or we can hide them. So, and then in reporting, you can go to settlement. I don't have any recent settlements. Let's see. Nope. Let's try batch date. Last 90 days. Search. And here are all my settlements that I've had over the last 90 days. So you can you can find all of your transactions, you can find all of your settlements, what you should be paid. You can see where I created that subscription, and it no, this is where I charged my card earlier. Um, you can see it sitting here, and it's pending settlement. It will settle out tonight. Um, I can view the transaction. I can see it here. I can go back and vault the record. I can email the transaction. I can print. Well, I can see the print preview, or I can go ahead and void the transaction if I made a mistake. And that is about all there is to Fluidpay, unless you have a website and you need to build a shopping cart and products. But if that's what you need, I will work with you one on one with that.